chapter 1813. As long as you don't kill me, do as you please. After swallowing the bloodlines, the law of undeath suddenly stopped. The two forces began to clash, causing the blood sea in Lin Moyu's hands to boil and constantly change into various shapes. After a full half hour, the portion of the blood sea that Lin Moyu had grabbed finally calmed down. The law of undeath left the blood sea, and there was no longer any trace of bloodlines within it. The blood sea became pure, and its power seemed to have increased. Lin Moyu felt the information being transmitted back and said,
"The bloodlines from the Black Blood Great Realm are extremely powerful, surpassing laws and on par with the power of rules. Although my law is special and can corrode all things, it still struggles against it. With my current power, it would take a long time to completely eliminate the bloodlines, and I'm not sure I could do it thoroughly."
Lin Moyu had encountered the bloodlines from the Black Blood Great Realm several times before and knew how difficult they were to deal with. Although they had no intelligence, they possessed instincts. When threatened, they were likely to band together for protection. At that point, trying to deal with the bloodlines would become extremely difficult. After all, he hadn't even reached the God-Sovereign realm yet, and his power level was still far behind. Holy Sovereign Hao was not surprised by this result.
"It's about what we expected.
Elder Lin seemed to be in a good mood at this point.
At least we've found a solution. Now we just need to wait for young friend Lin to reach the other shore, and then we can eliminate the bloodlines."
Hearing these words, excitement rose in the blood-killing God-Sovereign's eyes. Although he still had to wait, a solution had finally been found for the trouble that had plagued him for thousands of years. He just needed to wait for Lin Moyu to reach the other shore. Given Lin Moyu's talent, it might only take a few hundred years at most to step into the other shore realm, and he could wait that long. Lin Moyu thought for a moment.
"We don't need to wait for the other shore realm. When I reach high-level God Sovereign, I should be able to handle it."
Lin Moyu meant that as long as he could access the power of rules, dealing with the bloodlines would not be a problem. However, Lin Moyu added,
"If I'm not mistaken, some of the bloodlines have likely already penetrated deep into Elder Blood Killing's soul world. At that time, I'll need Elder Blood Killing to open his soul world to me. When clearing the bloodlines, it may cause some damage to the soul. But I think the damage shouldn't be too severe and shouldn't leave any lasting effects."
The blood-killing God-Sovereign's eyes were filled with joy, and he readily agreed.
"That's not a problem. Young friend Lin can do as he pleases."
He now fully trusted Lin Moyu, thinking to himself, "It's just my soul world. As long as you don't kill me, do as you please." Elder Lin said,
"Then we'll trouble young friend Lin when the time comes."
Lin Moyu said,
"Elder Blood Killing has made great contributions to our human race. What I'm doing is nothing in comparison."
Holy Sovereign Hao smiled.
"Elder Lin, when young friend Lin resolves Blood Killing's trouble, how do you plan to thank him?"
Elder Lin stroked his beard and laughed heartily.
"That will depend on what young friend Lin wants. Whatever I have, I will not refuse."
Holy Sovereign Hao's eyes flickered.
"Then let me make a decision on behalf of young friend Lin."
He glanced at Lin Moyu, who naturally had no objections. He knew very well that Holy Sovereign Hao would not shortchange him. Elder Lin, having known Holy Sovereign Hao for many years, naturally understood the meaning behind his words. Holy Sovereign Hao said,
"If this matter succeeds, then give the Karma Gourd to young friend Lin."
The Karma Gourd was an other shore realm treasure, containing the extremely mysterious law of karma. Normally, this treasure wasn't very useful. It couldn't defend or attack, but when used at crucial moments, it was an irreplaceable item. If the blood-killing God Sovereign didn't have the Karma Gourd, he would have died long ago. Lin Moyu's eyes lit up, as the Karma Gourd was indeed something he wanted. However, his first thought was to use it to summon the elemental lich. But then he felt that Holy Sovereign Hao had deeper intentions. Elder Lin chuckled.
"Half of the Karma Gourd originally belonged to the Holy Sovereign, so whatever the Holy Sovereign decides is fine."
The two discussed and settled the matter. Lin Moyu stood by like a third party without saying a word. The The blood-killing god sovereign also remained silent. One was his grandfather, and the other was the holy sovereign. It wasn't his place to speak. Holy sovereign Hao turned to Lin Moyu and asked,
Do you have any plans for what's next?
Lin Moyu shook his head.
No plans. Then come with me for a bit. There are some things I need to discuss with you.
Holy sovereign Hao glanced at Elder Lin.
We'll leave first, you two can talk some more.
After saying this, he waved his hand, and a force of rules enveloped Lin Moyu, shooting straight up into the sky. They instantly entered space, and then Holy Sovereign Hao took out a small warship, bringing Lin Moyu inside. The next second, accompanied by spatial distortions, the warship disappeared. Lin Moyu examined the warship, which looked similar to Zhu Qiwu's warship. But in terms of feeling, Lin Moyu sensed that this warship was stronger than Zhu Qiwu's. The warship exuded an ancient aura, with a sense of having weathered the ages. Besides age, there was also the aura of battle. This warship must have been through many battles. From this, it could be deduced that this warship was also an ancient artifact. Holy Sovereign Hao said,
Don't look anymore. This warship is indeed from ancient times. We discovered it in a ruin, and there aren't many of them. If you want one, reach the Holy Sovereign level quickly, and I'll give you one then.
Lin Moyu understood that this was an Other Shore Realm warship. Zhu Qiwu's warship could only exert power close to the Other Shore Realm on the battlefield. Once it left the battlefield, it was not much different from a high-grade God Sovereign Realm warship. But this warship was a genuine Other Shore Realm warship. However, there were too few of them. Ordinary Other Shore Realm beings weren't qualified to have one. Only holy sovereigns were worthy of them. Lin Moyu didn't mind.
Whatever you have to say, please go ahead.
##### The next part. The next second, space distorted, and the battleship disappeared. Lin Moyu looked at the battleship. It seemed similar to Zhu Qiwu's battleship, but it felt stronger and more formidable. There was an ancient atmosphere in the battleship, a sense of age and the passage of time. In addition to the years, there was also an aura of combat. This battleship must have experienced many battles. From this, it could be inferred that this battleship was also an ancient artifact. Saint Hao said,
Don't look anymore. This battleship comes from ancient times. We found it in a ruin, and there are not many of them. If you want one, reach the Holy Sovereign level quickly, and I'll give you one then.
Lin Moyu understood that this was a battleship from the Other Shore Realm. Only on the battlefield could Zhu Qiwu's warship display combat power close to the Other Shore Realm. Once it left the battlefield, it was almost the same as a high-level God Sovereign Realm warship. But this battleship was a genuine Other Shore Realm warship. However, the quantity was too small, and ordinary people from the Other Shore Realm were not qualified to possess it. Only the Holy Sovereign was worthy of it. Lin Moyu didn't mind.
If you have any instructions, just tell me.
A scent of tea rushed into his senses as Wu Shengzuan boiled water and brewed some tea. Lin Moyu was not polite and just sat down. Holy Master makes T927. This kind of treatment is not available to ordinary people. Wu Shengzuan smiled and said,
I don't have any instructions, I just have something to tell you. The first is the Karma Gourd. I will ask you for the true meaning of the Karma Gourd. Do you know it?
Lin Moyu said without thinking.
It's for the law of cause and effect.
Saint Hao drank tea and said slowly,
The law of cause and effect is only one of them. You should know that our human race belongs to one of the four source races.
Lin Moyu nodded slightly, understanding. The Starry Sky Fishman tribe, the Starry Sky God Human tribe, the Starry Sky Demon God tribe, and the Starry Sky Sky Spirit tribe are known as the four major source tribes in the big world. It is said that they have the oldest and longest history and have existed for the longest time. However, this timeline starts after the Ancient War. Now the Starry Sky Demon God clan and the Starry Sky Sky Spirit clan have disappeared without trace. The Starry Sky Fishmen are hidden in the world and rarely appear, but at least they are still there. Only the Starry Sky God Human race still exists. The Starry Sky God Human race is the human race and is one of the most powerful races in the world. Lin Moyu's mind flashed with information about the 4 source tribes, and he continued to listen to what Saint Hao had to say.
Then do you know what the fundamental power of the 4 source clans is? The fundamental power of the Starry Sky Fishmen is the power of space. The Starry Sky Spirit Tribe has the power of the soul, and it also possesses another mysterious power. The Starry Sky Demon God clan is famous for its physical body, and their physical strength is said to be comparable to that of the equally mysterious Dragon clan.
1814. Chapter 1814. A character from the stories. Luo Shun. Each of the 4 source races has their own fundamental power. Lin Moyu asked,
Then what is the fundamental power of our human race?
Holy Sovereign Hao smiled.
What do you think it is?
Lin Moyu thought for a moment but couldn't figure it out.
Although it's said that faith power is one of the fundamental powers of the human race, I don't think it's faith power.
Holy Sovereign Hao laughed heartily.
Actually, our human race doesn't have a fundamental power. If we had to say there's a fundamental power, it could only be summed up in 2 words: diversity. Diversity?
Lin Moyu didn't understand for a moment. Holy Sovereign Hao explained.
Diverse population, diverse powers, diverse systems, inclusive of all, making use of strengths and avoiding weaknesses.
Lin Moyu gradually began to understand.
Among the 4 source races, apart from humans, the other source races all have their own fundamental power. This is their advantage, but also their disadvantage. They are limited by their fundamental power, pursuing it too much, thus losing the desire for other powers. Their path becomes narrower and narrower. But our human race has no fundamental power, only an infinite population, which gives birth to a large number of geniuses. These geniuses cultivate different laws, pioneering one great path after another. The cultivation path of the human race has thus become broader and broader.
Holy Sovereign Hao nodded.
You've got most of it right, that's about it. Unfortunately, although our human race has countless geniuses, we still struggle to touch upon several top-tier powers. Occasionally, a genius touches upon it, but can't transform it into a legacy. But according to the information we've obtained, in ancient times, the human race of the era once possessed these top-tier powers.
The top-tier powers Holy Sovereign Hao spoke of were the fundamental powers of the other 3 source races. Spatial power, soul power, and karmic power. Holy Sovereign Hao continued.
Even time power was touched upon by ancestors back then. In our years of research and adventure, we've obtained a lot of information from ancient times. We discovered that in that era, humans were the masters of the great world. There was no such thing as the 4 source races, there were only humans. Other races were just vassals ruled by humans.
Lin Moyu listened carefully. The structure of ancient times was different from now. Back then, humans ruled the great world, ruling over other races. With the invasion of the Black Blood Great Realm, the structure of the great world changed. Other races began to rise, mostly thinking about eliminating humans. Add to that the series of great wars that erupted in the early stages of rune evolution in the Divine City Star domain. The main bodies fighting at that time were humans and various races. Lin Moyu began to understand.
No wonder those races all have grudges against humans. It turns out they were once ruled by humans. But since they couldn't eliminate us when we were at our weakest, then, when we become strong again, these guys will be ruled by us again.
Holy Sovereign Hao sipped his tea and continued.
Since you understand this point, let's continue talking about the Karma Gourd. The Karma Gourd comes from the Star Sky Spirit race, so we guess that the Star Sky Spirit race's other power is karmic power. But this isn't necessarily correct. It's possible that this is also a treasure they accidentally obtained.
Lin Moyu had encountered the power system of the Star Sky Spirit race before, but only superficially. He didn't understand much at the time, but thinking about it now, it's possible that it's based on soul power as the foundation, fused with some curse-like powers. Holy Sovereign Hao said,
Another thing, in a while, the Star Sky Fish People race will visit. If you have nothing else to do at that time, please attend together.
The Star Sky Fish People race is coming? Lin Moyu's first reaction was to think of Yu Qingru, and the Princess Ro he had seen before. The appearance, posture, and temperament of these two were clearly the same person. He still had the small sword in the jade box left by Princess Ro. At the same time, he also thought of the soul pearl he had accidentally obtained. Lin Moyu took out the soul pearl and placed it in his palm.
Holy Sovereign, please take a look. Is the woman inside from our human race?
Over the years, Lin Moyu had studied this soul pearl several times and also tried to awaken the person inside. The research didn't yield any results, and the awakening wasn't successful either. The seemingly small soul pearl had an infinite space inside. No matter how much soul power he invested, it would get lost in it. He sensed spatial power in the soul pearl, which seemed to have surpassed the level of laws. Holy Sovereign Hao took the soul pearl and carefully sensed it. His expression gradually became solemn. Lin Moyu watched him, realizing that this soul pearl might be extraordinary. A moment later, Holy Sovereign Hao opened his eyes and murmured,
"Could it be her?"
Lin Moyu waited quietly for Holy Sovereign Hao's explanation. Holy Sovereign Hao seemed to be organizing his thoughts. After a while, he said solemnly,
"If I'm not mistaken, the woman inside is named Luoshin." Luoshin? That's a beautiful name.
Lin Moyu repeated. The name was nice, but he hadn't heard of it. Holy Sovereign Hao returned the soul pearl to Lin Moyu.
This soul pearl comes from the Star Sky Fish People race, containing spatial rules inside. It looks small, but actually has an extremely vast world inside. Without the correct path, no one can touch her soul.
Lin Moyu asked.
You can't do it either?
Holy Sovereign Hao shook his head slightly.
If I could control spatial rules, perhaps I could do it, but that's just a possibility.
The implication was that he couldn't do it. Lin Moyu felt much more balanced psychologically. Even the Holy Sovereign couldn't do it, so it was normal that he couldn't. Not embarrassing at all. His eyes flashed with curiosity.
Holy Sovereign, it's your turn to tell the story.
Holy Sovereign Hao took a sip of tea before saying,
About 30,000 years ago, a phenomenal genius appeared in the human race, cultivating all the way to the other shore realm, seemingly about to become a holy sovereign. Later, that genius fell in love with a princess of the Star Sky Fish People race. According to the rules of the Star Sky Fish People race, princesses cannot marry outside the race, especially princesses who have awakened the fundamental power. It's even more impossible. He was born into a great family, so his entire family disagreed with him marrying into the Fish People race. In the end, they eloped, disappearing from then on. No one knew where they went. They couldn't be found no matter what. It wasn't until many years later that they appeared again, but by then, the princess of the Star Sky Fish People race was severely injured and couldn't be cured. By that time, they had a daughter named Luoshin. She wasn't surnamed after either of them, but was named after a flower called Luoshin that they saw. At that time, they sent Luoshin back to the Star Sky Fish People race, and he disappeared again with his wife. Luoshin was born with mastery over spatial laws, which for the Star Sky Fish People race was a top-tier genius. Although Luoshin had a human appearance, she became a princess of the Star Sky Fish People race. It was also because of Luoshin that the relationship between humans and the Star Sky Fish People race became very good. Later, there was no more news of Luoshin. She never appeared again, reportedly having left.
As he spoke, Holy Sovereign Hao pointed his finger, and a projection appeared in the warship, showing a woman. Her temperament was noble, her appearance otherworldly, identical to the woman in the Soul Pearl. 1815. Chapter 1815. I ask you, how is your luck? The case was solved, a mystery unraveled, and Lin Moyu felt a sense of relief. The woman in the projection and the woman in the Soul Pearl were clearly the same person. Moreover, judging by the state of the Soul Pearl, although the woman was in a deep sleep, her soul was intact. As long as she could awaken and leave the Soul Pearl, it wouldn't be difficult to reconstruct her body.
Unexpectedly, she turned out to be a hybrid of the human race and the star sky fish people.
Lin Moyu murmured softly, suddenly thinking of someone he hadn't seen in years. The demon queen Lillian from the small world. After leaving the small world, Lillian used her own methods to leave, and her whereabouts were unknown, with no news since. As a hybrid of the human race and the demon race, her appearance would inevitably draw the world's attention. Lillian was different from Luoshin. Two races with a deep-seated enmity would not accept her.
With her abilities, she should be doing well.
Lin Moyu thought to himself, having no ill feelings towards Lillian. In the small world, if it weren't for Lillian's secret interventions several times, the human race might have perished long ago. Regardless of her reasons, at least she had helped the human race, and Lin Moyu wouldn't forget that. Holy Sovereign Hao, deep in thought, said,
"Keep this soul pearl safe. When the time comes, it might be of great use."
Lin Moyu asked,
"Should I return it to the star sky fish people?" "Depends on the situation. It's not a must."
Holy Sovereign Hao's eyes were very complex. Currently, the relationship between the human race and the star skyfish people was quite good, almost like friends. But from Holy Sovereign Hao's words, Lin Moyu could tell that the relationship between the two races seemed a bit delicate, not as simple as it appeared on the surface. Holy Sovereign Hao's words sparked some thoughts in Lin Moyu. He took out a jade box, inside which was a small, exquisite sword. It was the small sword that Princess Ro had lost in the Nether Swamp. Holy Sovereign Hao glanced at it.
"This is not a big deal. When the time comes, you can give it to Princess Qingru to gain some favor. What happened in the Nether Swamp back then, only they know."
Lin Moyu nodded.
"Why are the star sky fish people coming?"
Holy Sovereign Hao laughed heartily.
"The younger generation will have a friendly exchange to see which side's young people are more outstanding. As for us old folks, we have some matters to discuss. Once we have a result, I'll let you know. I'll come to pick you up then."
Lin Moyu naturally agreed. He also wanted to see how strong the young geniuses of the star skyfish people were. Not only would he attend, but many geniuses from the human race would also be present. Holy Sovereign Hao continued,
"There's a third matter. I ask you, how is your luck?"
Lin Moyu was slightly taken aback, blinking his eyes, not understanding Holy Sovereign Hao's meaning. Holy Sovereign Hao said,
"You should be able to sense that we've been looking for people with good luck. Luck is elusive and intangible, yet it truly exists. We have a difficult problem that requires someone with extremely good luck to solve, so I want to ask you, how is your luck?"
Lin Moyu thought for a moment.
"Not good, not bad. Sometimes it's quite bad, and sometimes it's okay."
Holy Sovereign Hao sighed.
"Luck is indeed hard to grasp. Never mind, you can try it in the future. But it's still early now. At least wait until you reach high-level God Sovereign before you can go in."
Since it required reaching high-level God Sovereign, there was no rush. Lin Moyu asked,
"Do you have anything else?"
Holy Sovereign Hao shook his head.
"I have a few items to give you."
As he spoke, he threw 3 tokens to Lin Moyu. The 3 tokens looked identical, differing only in the characters engraved on them. Hao, Sha, Fu. The 3 tokens came from Holy Sovereign Hao, the Blood-Killing God Sovereign, and the Rune God Sovereign, respectively. Holy Sovereign Hao said,
"This token is made from the Stone of Fate. Once you refine it, if there's danger, the token will warn you and create a virtual realm. Even an Abyss Demon Sovereign would need half a day to break through the virtual realm and kill you, giving us enough time to arrive. If we don't make it in time, the Blood-Killing God Sovereign's token contains a trace of his soul, which can protect you for a short period. Lastly, the Rune God Sovereign's token contains a complete ancient rune, which can take you a light year away, even through sealed space."
With these 3 tokens, plus the substitute puppet given by the Heavenly Sovereign, Lin Moyu felt his safety had greatly increased. As long as he didn't court death, it would be very difficult for an Abyss Demon Sovereign to kill him. Lin Moyu unceremoniously accepted the tokens.
"Thank you, Holy Sovereigns. I'll take good care of my life."
Holy Sovereign Hao laughed heartily.
Your life is very valuable now. All races have put you at the top of their must-kill list. In my memory, not many have received such treatment.
Lin Moyu nodded.
Indeed, if they can't kill me now, it will be my turn to kill them in the future.
Holy Sovereign Hao was very satisfied with Lin Moyu's answer. In this cruel world, if you don't kill your enemies, you'll be killed by them. Even someone like Lin Moyu or even the Holy Sovereigns could be ambushed and killed. In history, there were human Holy Sovereigns who were ambushed by multiple Holy Sovereigns and ultimately died in battle. Holy Sovereign Hao sipped his tea.
I'm done. Where are you going next? I'll take you there.
Lin Moyu said.
To star system number 20633.
Holy Sovereign Hao's eyes showed a strange look.
Where are you going?
Lin Moyu nodded.
Yes, I'm going to train my body.
Body training requires a special environment, and star system number 20633 has the necessary conditions. As a Holy Sovereign, he naturally knew about body training methods. In fact, body training methods have always existed, but few people practice them. The well-known reasons are that body training is too slow, too difficult, and too dangerous. Over time, body training methods were ignored and eventually forgotten. Holy Sovereign Hao said,
Body training is very difficult, especially after reaching the God King realm. It's not just difficult but also dangerous. Every year, many people go there to train their bodies, but most end up giving up after wasting a lot of time. There might be some gains, but the effort and reward are not proportional. With your physical strength, achieving the other shore and holy sovereign realms in the future is not a problem. There's no need to train your body.
Lin Moyu was resolute.
I have reasons that compel me to train my body.
Holy Sovereign Hao wanted to say more but ultimately said nothing. He had once said he would let Lin Moyu develop freely without interference. So if Lin Moyu wanted to train his body, he could only let him go. He didn't think Lin Moyu would be in danger, at most just wasting some time. Holy Sovereign Hao thought for a moment and took out a jade tablet. He recorded a large amount of information into the jade tablet and handed it to Lin Moyu.
Here is some information on body training, including several secret methods from both the human race and other races. You can take a look.
Lin Moyu happily accepted it. After a brief look, he was even more pleased.
No need for too many thanks. If you need anything in the future, just let me know.
Holy Sovereign Hao smiled and leisurely sipped his tea. The warship continued to jump through space, heading towards the intermediate area of the Divine City at an astonishing speed. 1816. Chapter 1816. The mysterious Iron Secret Realm, most suitable for me. Actually, the division of the Divine City star domain is quite simple. With the Divine City at its core, it radiates outward in a circular pattern. Apart from a small core area, it is divided into 4 main regions: high level, intermediate, primary, and outer regions. Among them, the high level region is closest to the Divine City. The closer you are to the Divine City, the more apparent the laws become, the more cultivation resources there are, and the easier it is to cultivate. It seems that the human race has divided people into different classes. But the reason is simple. The higher your cultivation, the greater your contribution to the human race, and you can enter a higher level region to enjoy more and better resources. Moreover, it's not just you who can enjoy it. Even your family members can enjoy it together. This system encourages people to strive upward, whether for themselves or for their families. For example, Lin Moyu has now become an intermediate personnel, qualified to enter the intermediate region of the Divine City. As long as his cultivation level rises above the 3rd stage of the God Sovereign Realm, he can apply to manage a star system in the intermediate region. In that case, he and his family can live in the intermediate region and enjoy the resources of the Divine City. Of course, it's not just about applying. Certain tasks need to be completed. These tasks are not easy to complete, have certain dangers, and may take a long time, possibly decades. So, families that can enter the Divine City and manage a star system have all made significant contributions to the human race. Another option is for Lin Moyu to stay in the Divine City, get married, and have children. Although he wouldn't manage a star system, he would still enjoy some resources. His family couldn't enter the divine city, but he could cultivate well there. Moreover, his children could become citizens of the divine city, starting their lives differently from birth. No system is perfect, but overall, the human race's system is relatively fair and doesn't miss out on talented individuals. Lin Moyu drank his tea, and after half a day of flying, the warship delivered him to his destination. The star system number 20633 looked like an ordinary star system, composed of 12 stars. It had 1 star, 2 life stars, and 9 resource stars. The family managing the star system was surnamed Huang, with the family head at the 6th stage of the God-Sovereign realm. Nearby, there was also a secret realm. In fact, most star systems of the human race have secret realms nearby. During ancient wars, ancient runes collapsed and scattered across the star domain. The star domain was also shattered at that time, and when it was rebuilt, it was centered around these secret realms. In a sense, secret realms are also a type of resource. Lin Moyu's destination was the mysterious Iron Secret Realm. The word
mysterious
has various meanings in the human race. When used as a color, it refers to a dark red color. At the same time,
mysterious
also represents something ancient, profound, illusory, and mysterious. The mysterious Iron Secret Realm, as the name suggests, is filled with dark red iron blocks. This special mysterious iron has a body refining effect. Lin Moyu found a body refining method by chance. The mysterious Iron Secret Realm, as an intermediate level secret realm, is also very dangerous. Historically, many people have died inside. Summoning his golden eagle mount, Lin Moyu flew towards the secret realm while reviewing the body refining methods given by Holy Sovereign Hao. There were over 100 body refining methods in total. Each had its own characteristics, some created by human predecessors, others from different races. Lin Moyu didn't plan to practice them all. He just studied their principles to find the method most suitable for himself. Gradually, Lin Moyu found a direction. His lips curled into a smile, and his eyes became clear. The once vague concepts became concrete, and he knew what to do.
Everyone's experiences and characteristics are different, so their cultivation methods should also differ. Cultivation realms can be approached through various laws, with countless methods. Body refining seems to be just about refining the physical body, but that's just the end goal. The process is as varied as cultivating laws. Some methods yield twice the result with half the effort, while others do the opposite. I was right. The mysterious Iron Secret Realm has the method most suitable for me.
The Golden Eagle mount carried Lin Moyu, flying past the edge of star system number 20633, and quickly approaching the mysterious Iron Secret Realm. He sensed numerous auras, and his undead vision revealed many soul flames.
There are quite a few people here. It seems many people are still trying to refine their bodies.
The human race has a vast population, and there are always smart individuals among them. Some geniuses also pursue perfection and will always try body refining. However, body refining is too dangerous and slow, so most people eventually give up. Even Holy Sovereign Hao had told Lin Moyu that body refining wasn't necessary. For others, a god-king level body might be sufficient. As their cultivation realm increases, their physical body will also passively strengthen. But for Lin Moyu, his physical body was far from enough. Compared to what Holy Sovereign Hao said, Lin Moyu trusted his own feelings more. And Teres had also said that when achieving the other shore, shortcuts should not be taken. If he didn't want to take shortcuts, he needed a strong physical body for support. Outside the mysterious Iron Secret Realm, tens of thousands of people were gathered. They discussed their cultivation experiences, exchanging insights on various body refining methods, which was very useful. Lin Moyu, riding the Golden Eagle God Sovereign, flew in like a deity. His arrival immediately drew the attention of countless people.
It's Lin Moyu. It's really him. He's actually in the intermediate region now. He entered the primary region from the 4-star domains competition just a few years ago. How did he get to the intermediate region so quickly? When did earning Divine City merits become so easy? He cleared several secret realms in a row, even a special secret realm. The Divine City merits he earned must be substantial. I heard he took on a promotion task recently. I didn't expect him to complete it so quickly.
Suddenly, a lesser god sovereign exclaimed,
I remember when the Maple Forest secret realm first opened, he was only at the 6th stage of the God King realm. How is he a lesser god sovereign now?
Another lesser god sovereign looked displeased.
Damn, it took me decades to advance one stage, and people called me a genius. How long did it take him to go from the 6th stage of the God King realm to a lesser god sovereign? Is this what a true top-tier genius is? How did he do it?
Almost everyone's eyes revealed shock. Most of the cultivators outside the secret realm were god kings, with a few lesser god sovereigns but no god sovereigns. After reaching the god sovereign realm, body refining becomes much more difficult. So, those who want to refine their bodies must complete it before reaching the god sovereign realm. Therefore, there were no god sovereigns outside the mysterious Iron Secret Realm. Everyone was shocked by Lin Moyu's rapid advancement and cultivation realm. But as Lin Moyu approached, an even greater shock was just beginning.
Look at his mount. A golden eagle god sovereign, being used as a mount. Oh my god, this is terrifying. In the history of the human race, no one has ever used a golden eagle god sovereign as a mount. I give up. Lin Moyu is making history. If the golden eagle race sees this, how will they feel? It's a slap in the face. Who cares how they feel? If they see it, they'll probably attack directly. Do you think they'll just chat?
1817. Chapter 1817. The secret realm is gone. It might not be a bad thing. The news that Lin Moyu was using a golden eagle god sovereign as a mount quickly spread on the Human Emperor network. Everyone present had many friends, and the news spread completely within a few minutes. In an instant, billions of cultivators in the Divine City knew about Lin Moyu's feat. This act was unprecedented and could be considered a historical first. The human race and the golden eagle race are sworn enemies, with deep-seated hatred, and they fight to the death upon meeting. Lin Moyu's action was immensely satisfying. Countless people praised Lin Moyu for his bold move. Moreover, the news continued to spread, and it wouldn't be long before most people in the Divine City Star domain knew about it. It could be foreseen that the news would spread to the 4-star domains, and more people would know about it. Just as Lin Moyu arrived at the entrance of the secret realm, he inexplicably received a large amount of faith power.
What's going on?
Lin Moyu was a bit puzzled. He hadn't done anything, so how did he suddenly receive so much faith power? The amount of faith power was astonishing. He originally received over 300 units of faith power daily, but now it had increased to 400 units. The accumulation speed of faith power was also getting faster and faster. Although he couldn't figure it out, receiving faith power was a good thing, and some things didn't need to be overthought. Before entering the secret realm, Lin Moyu first accepted a task related to the mysterious Iron Secret Realm. Divine City Task. Explore the mysterious Iron Secret Realm. Restrictions. Only those from the 5th stage of the God King Realm to the 3rd stage of the God Sovereign Realm can enter. Completion criteria. Obtain 1 unit of mysterious iron essence. Task reward. 100 Divine City Merit Points. No penalty for failure. Notes. There are many mysterious iron blocks in the mysterious Iron Secret Realm, some of which are aggressive. Please hide your aura. After refining the mysterious iron essence, it will try to escape. Be prepared to capture it. If you encounter mysterious iron burning with flames, retreat immediately. You can use Divine City Merit Points to purchase escape talismans. If in danger, use the escape talisman to leave the secret realm. The task rewards in the intermediate region were 10 times higher than those in the primary region, reaching 100 Divine City Merit Points. Similarly, Cultivators in the intermediate region who wanted to advance to the high-level region needed as many as 100,000 Divine City merit points. Overall, the difficulty of advancement had not decreased. Fortunately, some secret realm tasks in the intermediate region offered rewards of 200 or even 300 points, which could speed up the advancement process. However, such secret realms were also much more dangerous. Advancement was still not easy. After accepting the task, Lin Moyu compared it with the information in the Secret Realm Strategy Group. As a third-stage member, he could access some of the Secret Realm information in the intermediate region. The information about the mysterious Iron Secret Realm was within the accessible range. In the Secret Realm Strategy Group, secret realms were also graded and distinguished by difficulty. The mysterious Iron Secret Realm was not highly difficult in the intermediate region, and third-stage members could access it. Many cultivators who had just arrived in the intermediate region from the primary region usually chose some less difficult secret realms. After reorganizing the information in the Secret Realm Strategy Group, Lin Moyu charged into the mysterious Iron Secret Realm. The moment he entered, discussions outside the secret realm erupted like a tidal wave.
He went in. Can he clear the mysterious Iron Secret Realm? I don't know. Based on his past achievements, it seems like he has never failed to clear a secret realm. But it's hard to say. This is the intermediate region, and the difficulty of the secret realms has increased significantly. It's not that easy to clear. What if he clears it? Will the mysterious Iron Secret Realm disappear? What will we do for body refining? It might not be a bad thing if it's gone. Body refining doesn't yield much, and it's dangerous. Many people die in there every year. Exactly. If the mysterious Iron Secret Realm is gone, it might not be a bad thing.
Everyone was discussing whether Lin Moyu could clear the mysterious Iron Secret Realm. Some busybodies posted the news of Lin Moyu entering the mysterious Iron Secret Realm on the Human Emperor network and even started a betting pool. Countless more busybodies joined the betting pool. The number of people betting on Lin Moyu clearing the secret realm and those betting on him failing was roughly equal. Lin Moyu was unaware of what was happening outside. He was observing the secret realm, which was dimly lit. Above the secret realm, a layer of red clouds covered the sky. These were not ordinary rain clouds, but clouds composed of dense iron powder. Within the clouds, flames flickered continuously, as if a raging fire was burning inside. The flames not only reddened the iron powder, but also illuminated the world. This was a secret realm made entirely of iron. Everywhere he looked, there was iron. The iron inside could be divided into two types: ordinary iron, which was pitch black, and mysterious iron, which was dark red. The two were easy to distinguish. The task required finding mysterious iron and refining it into mysterious iron essence. Normally, a piece of mysterious iron about 1 meter square was enough to refine 1 unit of mysterious iron essence. Finding mysterious iron was not difficult. The challenge was in the refining process. Refining required the power of laws, and the time needed varied depending on the mastery and level of the laws, with no specific number. A god sovereign once entered and, with the help of the Law Star River, successfully refined a unit of mysterious iron essence in 10 minutes. This was the fastest record so far. For lesser god sovereigns, it would take at least several hours. For god kings with weaker strength and laws, it could take several days. With a thought, Lin Moyu summoned his skeletons. As his realm advanced to lesser god sovereign, the combat power of his undead army increased significantly. The combat power of the 3 basic skeletons had reached the god sovereign realm. In the mysterious Iron Secret Realm, Lin Moyu didn't even need to use his skeleton generals. The 3 basic skeletons were enough to handle everything. This time, he deployed the skeleton warriors, who had accompanied him since the beginning. Not knowing the size of the secret realm, Lin Moyu released millions of skeleton warriors without hesitation. They spread out in all directions, exploring the secret realm for him. Soon, the first piece of mysterious iron was found. This piece of mysterious iron was irregularly round, with a diameter of over 2 meters, enough to refine into essence. Lin Moyu didn't move. A skeleton warrior carried the mysterious iron back. With the undead army doing the work, Lin Moyu, the master, could sit back and enjoy the results. The skeleton warrior placed the mysterious iron on the ground with a thud, causing a slight tremor. The ground, originally made of iron, sparked and dented under the impact. The mysterious iron was incredibly heavy, weighing at least 100,000 pounds. Lin Moyu waved his hand, releasing the law of undeath, which formed flames that enveloped the mysterious iron. Upon contact with the law of undeath, the mysterious iron quickly began to soften, and ripples like water appeared on its surface. Lin Moyu noticed that the mysterious iron essence was also absorbing the law. As it absorbed the law, its volume gradually decreased. Faintly, Lin Moyu seemed to hear the sound of hammering. The law acted like a hammer, continuously pounding out the impurities in the mysterious iron, leaving only the essence. As the hammering continued, the impurities in the mysterious iron decreased, eventually turning into mysterious iron essence. Mysterious iron essence is a god-sovereign level material, needed for many magical treasures. The law continued to infuse the mysterious iron, and Lin Moyu increased the output of the law. An hour later, the 2-meter diameter, 100,000-pound mysterious iron had shrunk to the size of a fist, with almost all impurities removed. 1818. Chapter 1818. Methods for body refining.
The refining speed is acceptable, either fast nor slow.
Lin Moyu looked at his handiwork with satisfaction. The refined mysterious iron essence was entirely red, somewhat similar to the iron powder red clouds in the sky. It had absorbed the laws and was no longer solid but had become very soft. It was now only the size of a fist, looking like a soft red liquid. However, if used to hit someone, it would surely be lethal. A fist-sized piece of this material weighed over 50,000 pounds, which was extremely astonishing. Ordinary ground or other magical treasures of the same size couldn't possibly be this heavy.
In the great world, there's a type of star called a white dwarf, said to be the remnant of a star's explosion, with an incredibly astonishing weight. There's also something called a neutron star, which is even heavier than a white dwarf. However, these two types of stars are very rare, at least not common in the human star domain. If there's a chance in the future, I can go and see them. The task is complete. Now it's time to get down to business.
Lin Moyu put away the mysterious iron essence. He wasn't very interested in it. Apart from submitting it for the task, it had no other use for him. Coming to the mysterious iron secret realm, body refining was the main task, and the task was just an additional part. In the mysterious iron secret realm, there are 3 methods for body refining, ranging from easy to difficult. The first method is the simplest. Find a piece of mysterious iron and, without using any laws, simply use your body to collide with it. Mysterious iron is a special material. When it hasn't absorbed any laws, its hardness is incredibly astonishing. Not only is its hardness astonishing, but it also has a rebound characteristic. When the body collides with it, it will receive a multiplied counterforce. This counterforce will damage the body but not too severely. Through repeated damage and repair, the body will gradually strengthen. As long as it's controlled properly, there won't be any danger. This is the safest method but also the least effective. Body refining will only affect the surface and cannot reach the internal organs. Lin Moyu is different from ordinary cultivators. He has deeply researched body refining. Body refining involves not only the skin, flesh, and bones, but also the internal organs. The skin and flesh are easy to refine, but the internal organs are not. So Lin Moyu ignored and abandoned the first method, finding it unworthy. The second method is much more dangerous. It requires finding a piece of moving mysterious iron. Such mysterious iron exists in the secret realm, but not in large quantities. This moving mysterious iron doesn't have any intelligence but instinctively repels outsiders. They will actively chase and collide with outsiders. The force of their collisions is very strong and cannot be controlled by the cultivator. At the same time, This mysterious iron has another characteristic. Its collisions carry a special force that penetrates the skin and flesh, reaching the internal organs. Using them for cultivation can refine both the exterior and interior of the body, significantly enhancing the effect. However, the danger also increases significantly. Every year, some cultivators are shattered by this mysterious iron. Although cultivators don't care about their bodies, and losing the body doesn't mean death, as long as the soul remains, the body can be reconstructed. However, the reconstructed body cannot compare to the original and requires a long time to recover to its original level. Once the body is shattered, the soul will be exposed, and the moving mysterious iron will chase the soul. If unlucky, one might die inside. The third method is the most dangerous. It involves directly entering the iron powder red clouds in the sky and using them to refine the body. The iron powder red clouds contain a special type of iron powder, said to be the essence of the mysterious iron. However, no one has ever obtained it, not even God's sovereigns. Some have tried using the iron powder red clouds for body refining and found the effect excellent, at least dozens to hundreds of times better than the second method. But the danger is at least 1,000 times greater. The discoverer tried it once, and his body improved significantly. After sharing this information, he tried it a second time and never returned. Later, others also tried using the iron powder red clouds for body refining, confirming its effectiveness, but the danger was too great, with a mortality rate exceeding 99.9%. For most people, the other two methods are more suitable. After studying the three methods, Lin Moyu determined that the third method was the most suitable for him. Moreover, after understanding the true nature of the iron powder red clouds, he thought of a fourth method. In the iron powder red clouds, there are indeed flames burning. These flames are called mysterious iron red flames, the most dangerous existence in the mysterious iron secret realm. The task reminder mentioned that encountering mysterious iron wrapped in flames refers to the mysterious iron red flames. Even a god sovereign would suffer greatly if touched by the mysterious iron red flames. For those below the god sovereign level, touching it means certain death. However, Lin Moyu felt that this might be the best thing for his body refining. Just like the flashing star fire back then, each was extremely dangerous. And the subsequent mysterious places were also exceptionally dangerous. If afraid of danger, then there's no need to refine the body. Lin Moyu murmured to himself,
Although I'm not afraid of danger, I can't be too reckless. Let's try the moving mysterious iron first, starting from the easier method and progressing step by step.
Lin Moyu skipped the first method and directly started with the second method. The skeleton god warriors had already found several pieces of moving mysterious iron. These pieces of mysterious iron flew in the air, chasing the skeleton god warriors. Their speed was very fast, not slower than the skeleton god warriors. If encountered by a lesser god sovereign, it would be troublesome. For a god king, there would be no good solution other than waiting to be hit, or use an escape talisman to leave the secret realm. A skeleton god warrior returned, followed closely by a piece of mysterious iron, relentlessly pursuing. Lin Moyu activated the Eye of the Soul and looked carefully. Under the Eye of the Soul, the essence of this moving mysterious iron was revealed. The mysterious iron was no different from other mysterious iron, but on it there were some fragments of ancient runes. It was these fragments that made it move. It looked like it had life, but it wasn't. Lin Moyu saw through its essence.
As I thought, it's actually a type of rune beast. Ordinary rune beasts have no physical form, purely evolved from ancient runes. But here, with the presence of mysterious iron, the rune beast has a physical form. Unfortunately, it still hasn't developed intelligence.
The ancient runes were broken and couldn't evolve intelligence, only instincts. Lin Moyu put away the skeleton god warrior, and the next second, the mysterious iron rune beast targeted Lin Moyu, charging at him. Lin Moyu stood still, his whole body glowing with golden light, the god king golden body shining brightly. He retracted all laws, relying solely on his physical body to withstand the collision. Boom! The mysterious iron rune beast collided with him, the golden light shining brilliantly. Lin Moyu was pushed back several steps, but that was all. The mysterious iron rune beast was also sent flying by the immense counterforce, circling in the air before charging down again. Lin Moyu's body trembled slightly, the force from the ancient rune fragments invading his body, vibrating at a high frequency. His flesh and blood rubbed against each other under the vibration, suffering minor damage but recovering instantly. The improvement to his body was minimal. As for his internal organs, there was no sensation at all. Lin Moyu knew that the power of the ancient rune fragments was too weak for him. This vibrating force couldn't reach his internal organs. This method was meaningless for him. Seeing the mysterious iron rune beast charging again, he clenched his fist, golden light flashing, and punched out. 1819. Chapter 1819. Iron powder red clouds, starting to court death. The law of undeath gushed out wildly, accompanying this punch, and heavily struck the mysterious iron rune beast. The ancient runes on it shattered instantly, dissipating into points of light. Once the ancient runes shattered, it was equivalent to the rune beast's death. The mysterious iron was blasted straight into the sky, flying out of sight, completely disappearing from view. Only Lin Moyu himself knew how heavy this punch was. With the God King golden body, just the power of his physical body was enough to shatter stars. The law of undeath was mainly used to destroy the fragments of ancient runes. Combining the two, even without using any techniques, was enough to crush other lesser god sovereigns.
The second method is too weak for me. I can only try the iron powder red clouds. I hope it won't disappoint me.
Lin Moyu slowly rose into the air, getting higher and higher, flying towards the iron powder red clouds 100,000 meters up in the sky. The temperature was rising rapidly. The closer he got to the iron powder red clouds, the more scorching it became. When he was still 10,000 meters away, the temperature had already exceeded that of a star, at least several 100,000 degrees. However, this temperature was nothing for cultivators. Lin Moyu was just curious why such a high temperature only existed within a certain range. As long as one stayed far enough away, the temperature would drop sharply, returning to normal. To Lin Moyu, it felt like some mysterious force had confined the temperature within a certain range. Not just the temperature, but the iron powder red clouds were the same. The powder of mysterious iron should not be light in weight. Normally, it would be impossible for it to float in midair without falling. Soon, Lin Moyu was less than 100 meters from the iron powder red clouds. In his view, countless iron powder particles gathered together, rolling endlessly in the sky. Within the red clouds, flames constantly flickered and flashed. Here, he felt a suction force. It was this suction force that confined the iron powder and temperature within a certain range. Lin Moyu sensed for a moment, his expression becoming solemn.
There are ancient runes inside, and they're quite complete. If the physical body is destroyed in the red clouds, the soul will lose its physical protection and be captured by this suction force, unable to escape. This is the essence of why the iron powder red clouds are so dangerous.
Lin Moyu saw through the essence, but seeing through it didn't mean he had a solution. If he wanted to strengthen his physical body, he could only enter it. Arriving in front of the iron powder red clouds, he only needed to raise his hand to touch them. The suction force here had increased a bit, but as long as one's physical body was intact at the God King realm, they could resist this suction force.
Let's start courting death.
Lin Moyu muttered to himself self-mockingly, slowly extending his hand to touch the red clouds. In an instant, intense vibrations transmitted into his fingers. Iron powder enveloped his fingers, continuously vibrating and rubbing, with an absurdly high frequency. Lin Moyu felt that his fingers were enduring tens of thousands of vibrations every second. This was just the vibration from one iron powder particle, and the part he was touching had at least dozens of particles. These vibrations superimposed, penetrating through flesh and blood, reaching the bones. Lin Moyu withdrew his laws and also restricted the ability of damage transfer. All the damage was not transferred to the undead army but was fully borne by himself. On his fingers, golden light flickered as the God King golden body was fully activated. Under the intense friction, the God King golden body gradually collapsed, and the vibration force began to damage his physical body. Blood seeped from his fingers, and countless dense wounds appeared. His fingers looked terribly gruesome, but the damage to the bones was even more severe. Under the continuous intense vibrations, numerous cracks appeared in the bones as well. These cracks were very fine but reached deep into the bones. This kind of vibration continuously destroyed the body from the inside out. Even the God King golden body couldn't withstand it, let alone other cultivators. Those God Kings and lesser God sovereigns, their physical bodies were only at the true God realm, some even just at the early stages of the true God realm. Here, they would be shattered in an instant. When the bones in his fingers were almost completely shattered, turned into powder, the law of undeath finally surged over. The abundant life force in the law of undeath poured into his fingers, healing the injuries at an astonishing speed. The healing speed far exceeded the speed of destruction. In just a few seconds, his fingers had fully recovered. Lin Moyu could clearly feel that his fingers, after being broken and rebuilt, were a bit stronger than before. His eyes revealed joy. Even if it was just a tiny improvement, it was a good thing. Body refining was originally a meticulous process that took time. It was precisely because it was so slow that cultivators in this era had abandoned it. Lin Moyu believed that in ancient times, there must have been people who cultivated their physical bodies. Otherwise, the saying about perfect advancement wouldn't have been passed down. Look at the cultivators from the Black Blood Great Realm. Their physical bodies were absurdly strong. There was also Antares' advice. For various reasons, a beautiful wish in his heart had turned into an obsession, prompting Lin Moyu to finally make the decision to cultivate his physical body to the extreme. Having confirmed that the iron powder red clouds could cultivate the physical body, Lin Moyu plunged headfirst into them. The clothes on his body instantly turned to powder, and countless iron powder particles enveloped his body, turning Lin Moyu into a red iron powder man. The red iron powder vibrated terribly, tens of thousands of times per second, superimposing on each other. Lin Moyu's God King golden body only lasted a short 5 seconds before completely shattering. Then the vibrations entered his body, destroying flesh and blood, shattering bones. In just a few seconds, Lin Moyu had turned into a bloody man, with blood gushing from countless wounds all over his body. His body seemed to be collapsing. The bones inside all turned to powder. If it weren't for a layer of skin and flesh still holding together, a gust of wind could blow Lin Moyu away. Lin Moyu remained extremely calm, his eyes steady without a hint of panic. He had experienced such scenes countless times and was long accustomed to them. It's just that his body covered in blood, with blood constantly flowing from his eyes, completely mismatched his calm expression.
Not at the limit yet, can still wait a bit longer.
A hoarse voice came from his mouth. With the slight movement of his lips, flesh separated from his body. His words stopped abruptly halfway. His vocal cords had broken, and a bloody hole appeared on his neck. His skin began to rupture on a large scale. Hair left his body, flesh dispersed, and bones were exposed. The bones had long since turned to powder under the vibrations, and now they began to leave his body. It looked like Lin Moyu's body was about to completely collapse, his physical body destroyed.
Open!
With a light shout, a white light suddenly lit up. In the red iron powder, the white light was so dazzling. With 100% law control, the life force in the law of undeath, carrying abundant vitality, swept through every corner of Lin Moyu's body like a fierce wind. Flesh regenerated, bones recovered, blood flowed back. In just 3 seconds, Lin Moyu was restored to his original state. 1820. Chapter 1820. Overdone, take it easy. The Divine King's golden body collapsed again, and then the iron powder directly vibrated the flesh, reaching the bones. The iron powder enveloped every part of the body, from head to toe, leaving no corner untouched. Lin Moyu silently counted in his heart. This time, the collapse of the Divine King's golden body was a bit slower than last time. It was slower by about 0.1 seconds, indicating some improvement in the Divine King's golden body. However, Lin Moyu discovered another problem. The vibration force of the iron powder did not penetrate the internal organs. Although the vibration force was strong, it stopped at the bones. By the time the vibration force affected the internal organs, the body would have already collapsed into a pool of blood, rendering it ineffective. Body refining should include the internal organs. Training only the skin, flesh, and bones, although useful, is not perfect. Lin Moyu pursued perfection, and this imperfect body refining naturally could not satisfy him. Covered in blood, Lin Moyu's eyes showed a thoughtful expression. He took a deep breath. Like a whirlwind, a large amount of iron powder was inhaled into his body, directly reaching the internal organs. The iron powder continued to vibrate violently inside his body without stopping. The intense vibrations inside and outside his body collided. Lin Moyu's body exploded on the spot, his flesh and blood bursting like fireworks. Then, a flash of purple light passed, and his body returned to normal. His rebirth talent was activated, and Lin Moyu was reborn. After the rebirth, Lin Moyu showed a self-deprecating smile.
Overdone.
He had inhaled too much at once, and his internal organs couldn't withstand it, causing his entire body to shatter. When the body shattered, the soul was also affected. After all, he had not yet reached the level of a divine sovereign. Although his soul quality was high, it had not been baptized by the law of the Star River and could not leave the body. Therefore, his talent was activated and he was reborn.
The strength of the internal organs is still much weaker than the skin, flesh, and bones. But my idea should be correct. Just need to take it easy.
He opened his mouth again and carefully inhaled a small amount. This time, he inhaled only 1/10 of the previous amount. The iron powder entered his body and began to vibrate in his internal organs. At the same time, there was intense vibration on his skin, flesh, and bones. At this moment, Lin Moyu experienced the sensation of ice and fire. His body was bleeding, and as time passed, Lin Moyu used his extremely sensitive soul to sense his flesh. At the moment of reaching the limit, he used the undying law to disperse the iron powder and heal himself. After the healing was complete, he repeated the process. Each time, the improvement was minimal, and as the number of training sessions increased, the improvement effect became weaker. The whole process was extremely boring and mentally exhausting. It was completely different from comprehending the laws. Closing oneself off for hundreds of years was very normal, and time passed unconsciously, relatively easily. In comparison, Lin Moyu had to admit that training the soul was indeed much easier. He knew very well that others could not train like him. They might have to wait for their bodies to recover after each injury before continuing, which would be completely inefficient. Only he, who could continuously heal and whose healing effect was better than the law of life, could use this method to train. It wouldn't work for anyone else, even those who mastered the law of life, as their healing would be much slower. To achieve the best effect, Lin Moyu waited until he was a minor divine sovereign and had fully mastered the laws before truly starting. In fact, every step was calculated and carefully weighed. The training continued, and his body gradually became stronger through repeated self-destructive training. Although the process was boring and tiring, Lin Moyu began to enjoy the feeling of becoming stronger. His mouth and eyes always carried a smile, almost to the point of madness. Buddhist clan, Pure Land. In the core area of the Buddhist clan, only ancient Buddhas and Buddha lords could reside. In the center of the Pure Land stood 3 towering Buddha towers. The 3 towers belonged to the 3 Buddha lords and were called the Buddha Lord Towers. Past Buddha, present Buddha, future Buddha. In the Pure Land, besides the Buddha Lord Towers, there were also some smaller ancient Buddha towers belonging to the ancient Buddhas. Suddenly, a beam of light shot up from the future Buddha's tower. The Pure Land was filled with wind and clouds, and thunder roared. All the ancient Buddhas looked up at the Buddha Lord Tower.
Silence!
A solemn voice rang out. and the ancient Buddhas closed their eyes and fell silent. In the future Buddha's tower, the present Buddha and past Buddha appeared simultaneously. The prayer beads in the future Buddha's hand broke, and hundreds of beads scattered on the ground. The originally dignified future Buddha now looked pale, with disheveled hair and lingering fear in his eyes. It was incredible for a Buddha Lord to be in such a state.
Future Buddha Lord, what happened?
The future Buddha Lord chanted a Buddhist mantra.
I observed fate and explored the future, discovering our Buddhist clan bathed in blood, with bones everywhere.
The faces of the past Buddha and present Buddha changed dramatically.
Did you find the cause?
The future Buddha shook his head slightly.
I tried to explore and trace fate, but all attempts failed.
The past Buddha said in a deep voice,
Could it be that someone is targeting our Buddhist clan? Is this a warning from fate?
The present Buddha frowned, quickly turning the prayer beads in his hand.
Fate is unpredictable. Perhaps what the future Buddha saw is just one possibility.
The past Buddha nodded.
Regardless, we must be prepared.
The present Buddha thought for a moment and said,
Let the disciples of the ancient Buddhas go to the great world to gather information. Maybe they will find something. And please, future Buddha, try to explore fate again to see if you can get more information.
The future Buddha said softly,
I will. I leave the clan's matters to you too.
In the Pure Land, Buddhist decrees were issued, spreading throughout the Buddhist clan. Many members of the Buddhist clan left and entered the great world. In the central hall of the human clan's divine city, the Killing Saint Sovereign, Heavenly Saint Sovereign, House Saint Sovereign, Battle Saint Sovereign, and Rune Saint Sovereign gathered. The Battle Saint Sovereign said in a low voice,
I used the mirror of fate to cover the plan, but the future Buddha of the Buddhist clan might have sensed something.
The Killing Saint Sovereign snorted.
The law of fate is troublesome. I can't even assassinate him.
If the Killing Saint Sovereign wanted to assassinate the past Buddha or present Buddha, there was a slim chance. But there was no possibility of assassinating the future Buddha. The future Buddha could glimpse the future through the law of fate, and at the Saint Sovereign level, he would have a premonition of future events. The Killing Saint Sovereign would be sensed before he even made a move. The Heavenly Saint Sovereign said calmly,
No matter. Even if he senses it, he won't know where the danger comes from. I guess the Buddhist clan will take action soon. They might send disciples to the great world to gather information. But they are destined to find nothing. The more this happens, the more uneasy the Buddhist clan will become. We don't need to do anything. Don't alert them. This way, the Buddhist clan will retreat and guard their star domain. As long as we can reach an agreement with the Starry Sky Fish clan, we can trap them and wipe them out.
As the Heavenly Saint Sovereign spoke, there was a hint of killing intent. The House Saint Sovereign sneered.
It's time to settle the scores from all these years.
The Killing Saint Sovereign's killing intent was the strongest.
Those traitors, none of them will escape.
1821. Chapter 1821. He won't die in there, will he? Lin Moyu had no idea how long he had been cultivating in the mysterious iron secret realm. Time had lost all meaning. He continued tirelessly, repeating the monotonous process over and over again. The progress of his physical body was very slow, but fortunately it never stopped, constantly improving bit by bit. This was the nature of cultivation. It wasn't about who could go the fastest, but who could persevere to the end and go the farthest. The God King golden body, which could initially only last for 3 seconds, could now endure for 30 seconds. A tenfold increase. After the God King golden body collapsed, it now took several minutes for the vibrations of the iron powder to grind his physical body to pieces. His physical body had advanced from the 2nd stage of the God King realm to the 4th stage. The cycles were getting longer and longer, but the effects were diminishing. Lin Moyu knew it was time to go deeper. He could sense that deeper within the iron powder red clouds, there was an even more magnificent power, with more intense vibrations. These vibrations were like knives and swords, rubbing and cutting at his physical body. As long as he could withstand it, he could continue cultivating. Until these vibrations could no longer harm his body, that would be the limit. Lin Moyu began to go deeper, flying towards the depths of the red clouds. Countless iron powder particles flew over, surrounding Lin Moyu and vibrating violently. As they vibrated, they made a sound like metal scraping against metal. Lin Moyu didn't know how deep the iron powder red clouds went. He only knew that after advancing several thousand meters, the vibrations of the iron powder intensified. Numerous wounds reappeared on his skin, and his bones ached with pain. Lin Moyu stopped, slowly took a breath, and inhaled some iron powder, giving himself a taste of both ice and fire. His face was quickly covered in blood, as was his body, turning him back into a bloody figure. But beneath the blood, his eyes were exceptionally clear and spirited. Lin Moyu looked into the depths of the red clouds, where a red flame was burning. The red flame vibrated extremely violently, over 1,000,000 times per second. As it flickered, it continuously released a special energy, like rules, constraining countless iron powder particles within a certain area. It also caused these iron powder particles to vibrate continuously like itself. There were quite a few such red flames in the iron powder red clouds.
This red flame is probably not the core. There should be something else at the core.
Through the eye of the soul, Lin Moyu saw ancient runes contained within the red flame. At the same time, inside it there was also mysterious iron essence, which served as fuel for the red flame. Lin Moyu's mind was clear as a mirror, knowing his next goal. When the iron powder here lost its effect, he would seek out the red flames, let them burn him, and continue cultivating his physical body using the red flames. Having found a way to continue improving, Lin Moyu was in high spirits. Just as his physical body was about to collapse, white light flickered, and abundant life force appeared, healing his body. Then another cycle began anew. Here, the cutting force of the iron powder's vibrations had increased, the cycles were shorter, and efficiency had improved. But compared to the initial cycles of 10-odd seconds, it was still several times slower. Lin Moyu wasn't in a hurry. Throughout his journey, he had deeply understood one principle. Steady and sure, each step must be taken firmly. Outside the secret realm, a group of god kings were full of doubts.
Lin Moyu has been in the secret realm for almost 30 days now. Why hasn't he come out yet? Yeah, if it was just to complete the task, 2 or 3 days would be enough. If it's for body refining, it would be slower, but normally it would only take 10 to 15 days. Could he be continuously refining his body in there? Is there another possibility that he died in there? Impossible. With his strength, he couldn't possibly die in there. You can't say for sure. What if he encountered the red flames inside? Exactly, even God's sovereigns have to retreat when facing the red flames. With bad luck, they could die too.
Everyone felt confused. After Lin Moyu entered the secret realm, there had been no movement from him. Thus, all kinds of speculations were born. Some thought Lin Moyu was continuously refining his body in the secret realm, while others believed Lin Moyu had already died inside. However, regardless of the speculation, there was no actual evidence. Days passed one by one, and in the blink of an eye, 50 days had passed since Lin Moyu entered the secret realm. According to the records of the mysterious Iron Secret Realm, the longest anyone had spent body refining inside was 48 days. Lin Moyu had already broken that record. However, everything would have to wait until Lin Moyu came out to be confirmed. If Lin Moyu had really died inside, this record wouldn't count. In the secret realm, sharp friction sounds constantly emanated from within the iron powder red clouds. It sounded as if countless knives were cutting something. The sound of metal friction was unpleasant, but Lin Moyu, as the source of the sound, paid no attention to it.
Finally reached the limit.
The iron powder could no longer cause him any harm. Whether it was his skin, flesh, bones, or internal organs, the iron powder had lost its effect. His physical body had officially reached the 6th stage of the God King realm. At this level, his physical body was comparable to many peak god sovereigns. Only those at the other shore realm would have physical bodies surpassing Lin Moyu's. Body refining with iron powder had reached its limit. The next step was body refining with red flames. Lin Moyu calculated the time. He had been in the secret realm for exactly 50 days. Advancing 4 stages in 50 days, if people knew the speed, it would definitely scare a large number of them to death. Others here might need half a day for each cycle, spending most of the time recovering their physical bodies. Unlike him, who initially completed a cycle in just over 10 seconds. The difference between 10-odd seconds and half a day was over 1,000 times. His 50 days were equivalent to several hundred years for others. Moreover, as the efficiency of the iron powder decreased later on and each cycle took longer, for others the time would increase exponentially, making the gap even larger. And the level of danger was not even in the same league. For others, one moment of lost control could mean death and destruction of their Tao. If calculated carefully, his gains in 50 days were more than what others would gain in 1,000 years. In 1,000 years, as long as one's talent wasn't poor, they could cultivate from the first stage of the God-King realm to the 9th stage. And the danger was so high. Body refining was far more difficult than soul cultivation. Lin Moyu took a deep breath, inhaling a large amount of iron powder. Immediately, intense friction sounds resonated inside his body. He then exhaled all the iron powder and looked towards the red flames thousands of meters away.
I hope you won't disappoint me.
Arriving in front of the red flames, he reached out to touch them. The God-King golden body only lasted 1 second before completely collapsing. The strength of the red flames far exceeded Lin Moyu's imagination. The red flames jumped violently, like knives, instantly drilling into his fingers. Carrying intense vibrations, they penetrated his skin and flesh, entered his bones, and then his internal organs. They integrated into every inch of his body in an instant. An intense burning sensation swept through his entire body, and Lin Moyu instantly became a man of fire. Lin Moyu's entire body was vibrating violently. At this moment, he had become a second red flame. Under the intense high temperature and terrifying vibrations, countless cracks appeared on Lin Moyu's body, but no blood flowed out. All the blood had been dried up. In just 3 seconds, his physical body had already reached its limit and was about to collapse. White light shone, and abundant life force flowed throughout his body.
It's different from before. It can't be dispersed.
Lin Moyu was shocked in his heart. The law hadn't been able to disperse the red flames immediately. The red flames were still burning fiercely, continuing to destroy his physical body. The law of undeath continuously healed his physical body, while the red flames continuously destroyed it. The two seemed to be competing in speed, seeing which was stronger and faster. Lin Moyu wasn't panicked. There was a hint of joy in his heart.
This is better, more efficient.
He continuously drove the law, contending with the red flames. One moment his body was cracked by the red flames. The next moment the life force healed the wounds. The two forces used Lin Moyu's physical body as a battlefield, with the battle spreading to every corner of his physical body. His physical body was also rapidly improving under this state. 1822.